Hi parents, Dr. Matt here. If you've had any health challenges in the last 5 years, there is no doubt you've Googled or searched for the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is so powerful. You know, what can affect the vagus nerve is symptoms such as ADHD, anxiety, asthma, allergies, autism, and those are just the A's. It plays a huge role in our gut, our respiration, our heart rate, mood, emotions, everything under the sun when it comes to healthcare. And so I want to talk to you about it today because if your child has been struggling with a multitude of symptoms, the vagus nerve may be what's connecting them all together. So in this video, we're going to talk about what the vagus nerve is and does, how if your kiddo struggles with vagal nerve dysfunction, how do you know what happens and what causes it? And then we'll talk about how to measure it because that's oftentimes the most important. We don't always know why our kids are struggling. We don't know what started it. And so we're going to talk to you how to measure it. Here's what's cool about the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve starts up here in our upper neck. It's actually a cranial nerve, meaning it's directly connected to the brain, and it goes to multiple places throughout the body. It goes to the neck and helps with lymph flow. It goes to the heart and helps us calm down with heartbeat. It goes to the lungs and helps us with breath, and then it spreads all the way out and goes to our gut to help with digestion and sensory in there, and really helps us regulate that gut-brain connection. So this just shows how important that vagus nerve is for our kids. When there's multiple symptoms involved, that's when we have multiple struggles, it can often be tied back to that vagus nerve. Now, usually vagal nerve disorders stem from a trauma, whether it be a sickness, inflammation, could be even back to the birth process. And this is where we talk about it a lot as pediatric chiropractors. Coming up from the brainstem in the neck, there's a lot of pressure that happens there with birth and delivery, whether it be from a vacuum, whether it be from forceps, whether it be from assistance with that delivery process, that can all cause struggle to that vagus nerve. This is just where it's most sensitive and susceptible in that upper neck region. So if your kiddo is struggling with a lot of those symptoms we talked about and had a difficult birth or had a physical trauma or had a big sickness and immune challenge in life, there's a big chance that that's tied to that vagus nerve function. Now, when we look at the vagus nerve, it's oftentimes hard to know how much our kids really are struggling with it and how much of is it tied to the vagus. This is why we love to measure it in our office, and why as a pediatric chiropractor, it's something that in a way we can biohack and say, here's how we can help it get online to help our kiddos' health. So I want to talk about and show you a little bit of example of a 2-year-old, a little girl who was struggling with sleep, digestion, and gross motor challenges, and really walk through where her HRV was and why it really showed she was struggling so much. So this is an example of a heart rate variability scan that we do in our office, HRV. Now, what it looks at is it looks at really two things. It looks at the overall activity of that vagus nerve, of our nervous system, and then it looks at the balance of it. And so if we look at her chart on here, obviously green is where we want to be. Green is where the body has the most activity, the most balance, the most oomph to be able to get the nervous system balanced and help it to regulate mood and emotion, help it regulate the immune system, help it regulate that gut-brain connection and that balance. And for this little girl, her white dot, that lower white dot, is much, much lower than we'd like. What this tells us is that vagus nerve is exhausted, running on empty, and working way too hard. Out of 120 score, she scored at a 54.89. Now that being low shows that her body is struggling to keep up with everything, not just one thing, not just digestion, not just respiration, not just mood and emotions, with everything. The nervous system is working too hard. And what do we know about 2-year-olds is they're supposed to be conquering motor challenges, they're supposed to be curious, they're learning the yeses and the nos from parents with behavior and everything. And if your nervous system isn't at full efficiency at that age, you're gonna see a lot of struggles. This is why, it starts with babies. They're supposed to eat, sleep, poop, and just be cute, right? And then as they grow and they learn more things, their immune system learns, their motor system learns, the social system learns, all those things learn. If their vagus nerve isn't operating at full efficiency, you're gonna see health struggles. So if this is you, if this is your kiddo, where you maybe haven't been able to connect the dots and you know in your gut that they're all related, we want to help you measure this. Let us come to our office, let us do this scan and put that together, because that really helps us to enter that conversation about their overall health, to see how efficient is their nervous system. How can we maybe help more than just one of their challenges together, because they're all interconnected by the nervous system. If this is something that you're struggling with, shoot us a direct message. We would love to reach out. We'd love to do this scan to see if that's what we can help you with. If you have a friend, share it. We would love to enter that conversation, being able to help you. So I hope this finds you well. Would love it if you've reached out, if you are even thinking that the vagus nerve might be a key issue to your struggles. Take care. God bless, guys.